So this lady that I'm working with, she has a $20,000 income. I don't care if you have a $2,000 income. You can make this happen if you have cash flow. But with her, with you, if you make $10,000 a month, let's just say she makes $5,000 a month. Don't get jealous because, she's making great money. You can do it too. What you would do is if she made $5,000 a month, then all of that income would go back into this line of credit. Now, this isn't a credit card unless that credit card is linked to your checking account, okay? But if the $5,000 goes back into the line, you're already reducing the line of credit, right? So if you do it this way, your expenses will come back out of here. Well, this lady, she makes about $24,000 a month that I'm working with tomorrow, but she has over $4,000 in cash flow a month. Wow. She's going to pay off a $10,000 line in what, 2.5 months? How much interest is she going to pay? Next thing to zero, right? So let's act like that she just makes $5,000. And let's say that you have $3,500 in expenses that's going to have to come back out because you have to make payments. Now, of course, if you have this mortgage, if you can do it on a $5,000 line of or income, you're doing really great. Okay, so we're pretending now. This isn't the lady I'm working with. We're pretending, so don't get mixed up. But if you made $5,000 a month and you had a $10,000 line, then your income would go in. What happens to the payment on this line of credit? People that follow me know that once the income goes in, you've satisfied the payment on the line of credit. It doesn't matter, if it was $50 due or if it was $200 due. When the $5,000 went in, it satisfied that monthly payment. Okay, you have to bring your expenses back out. So we're going to pay the expenses. Now we're back up to $8,500, and now let's add some interest just so that you all feel better about it. And remember, we were showing it at a 14%. So we've got an average times 14. Why did I do an average? Why did I do the average daily balance on these accounts? Because that's the way the bank figures them. So the bank is going to calculate your interest based on the average, not on the high and not on the low. They're going to average it. And in this case, it's going to be about $88 a month in interest, or $88 for the first month in interest. So $85.88 is going to be the balance going into the second month. Well, what happens in the second month? You're going to do it again. 5,000 income goes in. You're down to $35.88. Are y'all going to be able to see me if I go over here on this board? This side. Okay, here we go. So $35.88. We got to add your expenses back in. So $3,500 in expenses. $7,088. Now let's add some interest, and we're going to do the average again. So $35.88 being the low, we're still at about $80 interest. I'd rather figure high than low anyway. All right, then month 3, $3,500 goes in again. So do you all see that it's income in, expenses out? What does it look like for this person on payoff? So if she had the $5,000 income, let's see, she has $5,000, her interest and her expenses coming out. So you're talking about 5 more months. So 5 more months, she would be paid out of this. Remember, she was in the 3rd month. So this is income 3. I already figured all of that stuff. So less than 5 months, she's going to have paid off the $10,000 chunk. She has saved $59,441 in interest only on the mortgage. How much interest did she pay here? Well, 8 times, even if it was 3 months. Well, let's say she paid $80 for 5 months. So $400 after she was going to pay $59,441. Is there a comparison? She saved over $59,000 in interest only doing 1 chunk onto her mortgage. So do you think she's going to be excited tomorrow when I share this with her? Well, absolutely. The point being is because she has a high income, she's going to like be knocking this out as soon as she gets paid. Because if you make $10,000 a month and you put $10,000 somewhere, you are just replacing that and then paying your expenses back out. So she's not going to pay any interest on this account. This was just with a $5,000 income. I hope that I didn't get you confused by switching up on income. But the average American family brings in what, $5,200, $5,600 a month. And so when you're talking about people that make, $10,000, $20,000, $30,000 a month, it kind of flies over the head of those who are out here struggling, making $2,000, $3,000, $4,000, $5,000 a month. So I want to keep it simple to let you guys know that you can do it. It doesn't matter what your income is as long as you have some cash flow. Okay. So, do I need to say anything else? Was this like crazy good? She could do another $10,000 chunk. This person could do one about every 8 to 10 months and pay it back off and do it again. So how quickly do you think that she's going to be out of this 30-year mortgage if she's getting to skip 19 months at a time? Pretty quickly, right? So when I say that you can do a 30-year mortgage correctly and bring it down to about a 7, 8, 9-year payoff all day long, you can do it. I have some people that's going to be out of their mortgages in 3 to 5 years, down from a 30-year, just because they've learned how to use the line of credit. Okay. Or the Money Max. I can't beat the Money Max. That's an algorithm. My human mind is not going to be able to figure that out with a line of credit. You do not need a line of credit for the Money Max. You only need $1 of cash flow to make the Money Max work for you. So don't knock that out, especially if you cannot get a line of credit. If you're self-employed and you can't verify your income and you're trying to figure out how to get a line of credit, the Money Max can help you. If you have no mortgages or if you have 25 mortgages, the Money Max can help you. It's a beautiful, beautiful product because it's a one-time buy-in and it's lifetime guaranteed. So you're not going to beat the Money Max when it comes to debt elimination. I've tried. You can't beat it. We're having the webinar Tuesday night. So Tuesday night at 7 p.m. Central Time. I also have the link under this video in the description. So, I'm not going to make excuses for, I get aggravated. I'm just going to say this because people will be like, well, I know, but it's like, I'll just use a line of credit. And you can. I did. You can too. But if you want to move faster, if you can't get the line of credit, like I said, if you have a whole lot going on in your finances and you've got so many credit cards and you've got so much debt that making the payments every month is just a struggle, Money Max can organize that for you and it can lay it out line by line for you, or you just pull it up and look at it and it'll tell you exactly what to do. So it is an interest eliminator. I am super excited about it. It has helped so many people that were not able to get a line of credit, and I love that. It is live, like I said, and it is going to have a Q&A as well, so you'll be able to ask questions at the end of that webinar. So be super excited to join that. Get educated. That's all it's for, is education. If you don't know, you don't know. And if you think you do know and you're wrong, get educated. Don't be living in the dark when you don't have to.